all starts on a piece of paper and a napkin. Then 600 very talented men and women come in here and build all this.
We shot it in a warehouse that's the size of a, small city, basically.
I've never been in a building where you have horizon drop off, just looking from one side to the other.
When you walk into that hangar, you've got the two main ships. You've got 3 or 4 other ships, and they're all sort of floating around 30 feet in the air. This is the Super Bowl of the motion picture business right here. We had to design and we had to create this monster in 3 months. It allowed for a scale that nobody had even thought of. When Gore saw it, he fell in love with it and realized, now I can do what my vision is leading me to do.
Look at that. That is a massive piece of sculpture.
We knew it's going to be huge, but until it was done and we walked there and we looked at the whole thing, it was pretty impressive.
And this was a sequence that went on for about 8 weeks. It was an enormous production.
Let's just take a moment to enjoy the fact that we will never make a film this big ever again in your life. It's the end of an era, my friend.
Good morning. 7:15 in the morning, Saturday, and we're going to move the Black Pearl.
It's probably the heaviest set ever moved.
As you may see, Effects has placed 8 air bearings underneath the set itself.
It'll float on air like an air hockey game, but upside down.
It's air bearings, less air pressure that's in the tire on your cars.
It's not so much moving it, it's controlling it. Once it gets in the air, it kind of wants to do its own thing.
We're going to use the forklifts as like little tugboats, and they'll just shove it along. So we're lacking water, we're lacking sails, and we're lacking wind, so this is Hollywood's way of moving a boat.
Right now, they shouldn't be tied to the mast. They should just be off the ship.
Gore's a strong proponent of trying to get practical elements on set, to get as much in camera as you can get, and then use visual effects where you really need them.
This cannon right here, let's have Tony hit that.
It's important to have real elements. As much as you can do real, more realistic the final result will be.
Our function as special effects is if it moves or it's in the atmosphere, we do it.
John, so this is not bolted into any sort of floor?
No.
So when this thing tilts over, is there a counterweight or what?
Well, yeah, it's all built into it. Yeah, it'll be fine.
I asked that very question. It'll be fine.
What we're kind of doing is just creating a lot of havoc. What we decided to do that has never been done before on any motion picture is put a tower at each end of the ship and be able to heave it up. We could heave it up 15 feet.
And then usually you're not going right straight into the wave, you're going to the side. So you can put a little bit of roll into that. And then it starts looking real.
It's our understanding that these 2 gimbals for the Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman are the largest gimbals that have been built for the film business. To put it in perspective, just think of one ship weighs the equivalent of a 747.
Those big things there are the hinges that get put into here, basically like your very big Lego set, right? You gotta put it together, they attach the hydraulics.
The Pearl